So we're starting?
Yeah.
When?
Right now.
Wait, when?
Walter. Put your dick away, Walter.
Stop touching my balls, Jesse. I can't, Walter. It feels too good.
That's a good show.
Good thing we're talking about it today.
I wish. I could talk about that for hours. We would have great discussions about that show if only someone would watch it.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch the entire show right now. Sound good?
It'd be your treat. I don't know what you're talking about. I saw Mason's story thing. He's like, everybody keeps telling me to watch this, so I'm going to watch it. Even though I know 100% he will never watch an episode of that in his life.
Probably not.
He's too busy watching Super Pets and Fall Guy. Peak.
Well, playing Fall Guys and not watching Super Pets, so... Yes, sir.
I am tired.
Sounds like it.
Do I?
I don't know, man. Sure.
This dynamic's weird. I haven't really talked to you in a while.
We haven't called on Discord since,
the
May?
post-COVID
April?
special, the return of COVID special.
Post-COVID, the return of COVID. South Park is just great. I still haven't actually watched the Streaming Wars parts 1 and 2. I gotta watch that because then I'll be up to date.
They also had a concert a month ago, I think.
Yeah, I watched a few parts of that. It's pretty cool. It's just like anybody that was ever a part of a song for South Park, obviously the 2 creators and all that stuff. It was pretty cool, pretty neat.
Yeah. It's gonna be September tomorrow, which is hard to believe.
Oh yeah, September. Do you remember 21st night of September?
Yeah, perhaps.
Nice.
I was gonna say something.
There aren't really any big film releases in September, are there?
There's fucking nothing.
Is there anything coming out?
This is the biggest drought in content I've ever seen since we started this podcast. So.
I know. Because the last big release was Bullet Train?
Prey, I guess. Or was it? That was before Bullet Train. It was Prey and Bullet Train, yeah, because that's the last night stuff we even talked about. I guess there's She-Hulk.
And there's not really anything coming out until Halloween ends. So
there's She-Hulk, and I can't watch any more Disney Plus shows. I can't. So,
yeah, I'm passing on She-Hulk as of right now.
I watched one episode of Miss Marvel, and then I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, and I kind of gave up. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know if there's many shows coming out the rest of the year.
Yeah, I don't know. What am I even excited for? I mean, I'm just looking forward to each Harley Quinn episode, really.
I mean, Halloween Ends is coming up, which I'm excited for, ish. So.
Yeah.
It's also
that's
the only.
It's gonna be something.
It's the only big horror movie I know of coming out this month in October. Is it? Oh wait. I think Chucky 2. I think the second season of Chucky comes out in October or something.
Yeah.
There's the new Hellraiser as well.
Yeah, the new Hellraiser. I think Terrifier 2, which...
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. It looked dumb, but that's kind of the point, so...
Yeah. I mean, Terrifier 2, they announced the runtime, it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is this? Fucking It Chapter 2.
Yeah, yeah, why? The first one, I think, was an hour and a half, and it was a very boring hour and a half at that, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know why people are, excited for it. But there is that new Hellraiser, which I'm kind of excited for, just because...
Well, yeah, isn't it? It's Clive Barker, and the plot sounded interesting.
Yeah,
Is it like in
Clive
this?
Barker's
Is it a
actually attached.
sequel?
So
Is it a sequel? Is it a remake? What even? There's no trailer. There's no footage. I think Pinhead's a female in it. That's
it's
all that
either
I.
a requel or a remake because its title is just Hellraiser, I think. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's Clive Barker. He's kind of weird. So, but
I'm just hyped for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Trailer dropped.
yeah, when does that
Good
even?
stuff.
Doesn't that come out next year?
And there's like no release date anywhere. Everything that's talked about it that doesn't mention a release date like at all. Like at all. No one says anything about even when it could potentially release. It's like what?
There was a trailer. It means like it's getting close to done,
Yeah, it's
right?
like give us a release date. Friggin' Evil Dead Rise got pushed back to next like April. Like what? What?
I guess there is a lot of drama to talk about in the film industry because I guess Warner Brothers also delayed Shazam and Aquaman again.
Yeah,
So there's
those
like
both got delayed once again.
so after Black Adam, there's like nothing for like a year or something. Oh, and then there was the I don't know if you saw the plot synopsis for the Godzilla vs Kong sequel. It's like actually a team up.
Yeah, I didn't see a synopsis, but I did see that it's gonna be a team up film. So I know you're excited. The next Godzilla vs Kong's gonna be a team up between Godzilla and Kong. Well, I guess it wouldn't be Godzilla versus Kong, but you know what I mean.
I guess it's about something in Hollow Earth where there's some new threat, and they team up. That's the whole plot. And I guess they're bringing back some of the characters from the last movie, like the most boring ones. The guy that was in Bullet Train, was it Lemon?
Huh?
The guy that played Lemon in fucking Bullet Train.
Oh, yeah.
The black guy, yeah, he's coming back, I guess.
The Tyree Henry.
Yeah, the tap or no tap guy, he's coming back.
That's hype.
For some reason. Maybe our written plot will become true. Oh. A mecha camera?
What? Maybe what would come true?
Mecha camera.
I don't know about Mecha, but
Yeah, I know.
in fact, can you imagine if like they just created Mecha Gamera? They didn't get the rights to Gamera, but they created Mecha Gamera for the Godzilla and Kong team up movie.
I'd cry in the theater. I would actually get on my knees in front of like literal children and like grown adults, and I would cry. I would cry.
I would literally weep like profusely.
Just for like the director to come out and be like, "Oh yeah, we actually had like a 4-hour cut where cameras in the film, but we just cut it because it didn't really connect with the test audience."
It's just like, oh yeah, well, we had this, but we cut it.
He's just not quite popular enough with the big dog. I'd probably actually kill myself. I'm not even joking.
Dude, same.
I don't think I could handle that for the rest of my life.
We just deleted all of it. It's all gone. All that footage is gone. We spent years recording it.
What are you,
Batgirl? It's
Batgirl?
gone.
I guess the directors tried to sneak in and steal the footage, which is illegal. I don't know why they're publicly saying that, but they just like the footage was just gone. It was deleted. Warner Bros. Just deleted an entire $100 million film.
I guess also HBO Max just pulled like a bunch of animated projects, including the Amazing World of Gumball movie, and Batman Caped Crusader, which are two things I was very excited for that show. And I guess they're both. Well, I mean, everything that they pulled they're gonna start looking for other places to, like, for them to be released since they've spent years working on all those projects. So I guess like we'll see what happens with that. It's just really disappointing because I've been really excited for the Gumball movie, especially when it was confirmed to be in development. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but hopefully something because. Yeah.
They also were supposed to make a total drama like revival. I haven't heard anything about that, but I hope that is not canceled.
And that's like 2 years ago, and like nothing's come of it.
I was so excited, but yeah, I think the Gumball movie's going around other places because I don't know why they canceled that. So,
yeah,
it's because it's arguably more popular than it has been since it ended. So.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess like the what we know of the plot so far is that it like definitely follows the cliffhanger from the end of the show. So like that's even more excitement. But HBO Max like not. But
the only reason I have HBO Max is because of South Park. So
that's true. And I've been watching a lot of South Park, so it's fine. There's also some good movies on there, like Memento's on there, which is sick. There's some good stuff on there, but
yeah, but
if they're gonna keep pulling awesome projects like this, it's like okay, well.
Yeah. They announced a Wonder Man show.
What?
The Marvel superhero Wonder Man.
I don't even know who that is, and I know a lot about Marvel.
I don't either. I saw it on Twitter. I guess it's like a guy who's like an actor in Hollywood who's a superhero. That's like the whole thing. And I guess
okay.
they're bringing back the fake Mandarin guy, Ben Kingsley, and it was like a big news story. And I was like, you cannot count the little amount of shit that's in my hand that I care. I don't care. Chris Rock also was asked to do the Oscars next year, and he said no, understandably.
Yeah.
Also,
he compared it to like. He compared it to like the O.J. Simpson trial. I was like, what?
What?
He said it'd be like if Nicole Brown Simpson went back to, I don't remember. He said something about it, but it was like during like a comedy show he was talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I declined the offer. I'm not doing that."
Also, I guess they're filming like Beverly Hills Cops 4.
Are you serious?
Yeah, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt co-starring, and it's going straight to Netflix. The studio that brought you Kissing Booth and 13 Reasons Why. Because I've never seen those movies, but I've heard the rumors about it. Like every few years or so, it comes back up, and then it just nothing happens. And just yesterday, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's filming, by the way."
Dude, what?
Yeah, it's gonna be like Coming to America. Everybody loved that one.
Coming to America? Like, coming to America?
Yeah, like Madagascar Escape 2. I hate those titles so much. It's funny because like the word, it sounds like a number. Easy size.
Dude, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Has autism. I just can't wait until they change Alien to Alienian.
I can.
Yeah, is that so? But our topic today, since there's nothing out, is a movie that was made over 40 years ago.
43 years ago. It's the special 43-year special because 43 is the most important like yearly anniversary. Everybody knows that. That's kind of annoying because it's not quite 42, which is like the freaking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy thing. But no, we're talking about one of my favorite movies ever. One that I absolutely adore. Have seen more than almost any other movie probably. It's pretty good, I would say.
How did you get introduced to this film and what age?
I first watched Alien. So, Ridley Scott's Alien. So when I was younger, there was a friend of mine. We would usually have sleepovers. And his like stepdad, something, I think it was his stepdad, would always talk about the Alien and Predator movies, and like Alien, Predator, Alien vs. Predator. He would talk about all of them. And then like he would kind of like hype them up as movies that he really liked. So then we always wanted to watch them. Then we eventually rented Alien to watch, and we watched it like late one night. And I want to say I was like 9. It absolutely terrified me. It was It was so traumatizing. I didn't sleep the whole night. Like it really got to me. And then I didn't watch it for a few years after, and then I revisited it, and it's always stuck in my mind as that movie that really scared me when I was younger. I was really into a lot. I was really into science fiction, specifically extraterrestrial stuff at that time. So, now every time I watch it, it brings me a lot of joy just from how well made it is and how perfect of a movie it is. So, yeah, that's my experience. What about you? How were you first introduced to it?
Shit. 1 second. So, from what I remember, it was fairly similar to you. I think Dave, when he moved in, he eventually came up in discussion, and they would always tell me, they would kind of explain the movies a little bit, just like the general concept of like the Alien and Predator movies, but they never said I could watch them, so it was kind of like movies that I was like waiting to be able to watch. Like everybody has those movies they kind of wait for to watch because of how hyped up they are. And then eventually,
Right.
I think you've seen it, but Dave gave me like an old box that he had of the first four on like DVD. It was funny because when he gave them to me, and because he watched the first four with me, so he sat down and actually rewatched Alien 3 and Resurrection. So,
Ouch.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I guess it was a gift from his ex-wife. He's like, yeah, I kept that because I really love the first two. The other two I can like throw away, but they're there.
I can throw away, but they exist. So.
And so yeah, my parents like watched the first four with me. So my first experience was with family, and there's some good memories there. After that, I don't know. The first movie is very good. When I was younger, I think I liked Aliens more though. But now I think I like the first one more. I kind of go back and forth a little bit. Alien and Aliens are two. Aliens is one of my favorite like movies ever made, and Aliens is one of my favorite sequels. So,
Aliens is a perfect sequel. It's probably my favorite sequel. It might be the best. There's only a couple that like you could say are better. I think. It's a fantastic follow-up.
I don't know. James Cameron just knows how to do sequels, so maybe Avatar 2 will be okay. Probably not.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, it's always possible. I don't really want to talk too much about the whole Alien franchise, but I don't know. Just what Ridley Scott and James Cameron did with their two such good movies, and it's such a good double feature too. It always made me like so attached to this franchise that no matter what comes out, I'll at least be like vaguely interested. Just hoping that something will be as good as these first two. Specifically this one. Hasn't happened, even with Ridley Scott. So,
yeah.
I'm not really hyped for the Alien TV show. But, going to Hulu for some reason.
I mean, really, it's just like because every time I rewatch this original film, 1979, Alien, Ridley Scott.
I love how
it's so good. Like it's so special. Like it's just like
it's so
like the title's generic and it's got generic aspects to it, but the film itself is just so special. It's so well done.
And I love how they do the title in this movie, like the title sequence with the space background.
Yeah.
And like they try to recreate it, and like they did it in Aliens, which I think was cool, but then like they did it in some of the other ones, but it doesn't work as well as this one does. I don't know why, and it's the most basic one. So, a lot of the effects still hold up. I mean, obviously they're a bit dated. I feel like this movie, I think it scared me as a kid a little bit. All of them kind of did a little bit, just like the concept of the xenomorph is inherently kind of terrifying. Scared me way more than Predator did.
Yeah, that's no contest as far as like fear for sure.
And like when it comes to comparing the two franchises, I think just like Alien and Aliens pretty much outclass every Predator film. So it's arguable, I guess, for the first Predator. But besides that, I think Alien has a much. I don't know. I think I just like the plot more. I like the futuristic setting. One of the best female leads in film, arguably. I love.
Absolutely, Sigourney Weaver really knocks it out of the park.
And honestly, I love all the cast in this movie. There was one point when I was like a young child, and I could like say I like knew each of them by name. Um, except
I know
except
they're
I
all
think
really
I think her
good.
name was Lambert. The other girl, she was kind of annoying. Also, she got like raped by the alien at the end. I don't know what the fuck that was. Uh,
Lambert, yeah, yeah.
Ridley Scott's
Wow.
weird. Just Ridley Scott's weird. Um, there's a lot of weird sexual like similarities with the alien, especially like the concept art. I don't know if you've ever seen the concept art, but holy shit,
Oh yeah, it's
so weird.
disturbing as
I
like it's
love it.
so like
It's like I love it, but I feel like gross for loving it. I don't know how to explain it. Um, and the whole story of this film is how it got made was pretty interesting. I can't remember all of it right now, but it's kind of a complete fluke how well this movie ended up because I don't even think Ridley Scott even wrote this. He just kind of came on last minute, I think. It was written by other people, and then Ridley Scott just joined on and made it so good. Um,
yeah. No, it was written by Dan O'Bannon,
and Ronald
who was like
Shusett.
who's best known as like what did he do? I mean, he's best known as the director. Like he wrote and directed The Return of the Living Dead. And he also served as an editor for some John Carpenter movies and did production design on a Dark Star. He got to start with John Carpenter, so he went on to write Alien. He also wrote Total Recall, I think. I think Life Force is another one that he did. So I always thought that was really interesting. And then Ridley Scott came on as director. And like I remember hearing that he wasn't really like super interested too, but like he still gave it some passion, and he definitely did a great job at it. This movie has excellent direction from a physical and a metaphorical standpoint. It's really well done. I really enjoy the entire cast, actually. Tom Skerritt is really good. John Hurt's really good in this movie. Harry Dean Stanton's really good. Obviously, we talked about Sigourney Weaver. It's just it works so well on a technical aspect pretty much everywhere. The score is fantastic. The sound design is so good. I know like there's like so many people that worked on the sound of this movie because it was so intricate, and it was really well done. So just a lot of things like that. It's just some of the little things that made me love this movie even more.
Yeah, I don't say this with many movies, but I think it's one that I think it just kind of gets better the older I get. I have very few problems with this movie. I love all the actors, especially the guy that plays Ash. He did very good. I really loved what are their names? The black guy and like the guy with the hat.
Parker and can't remember the other one.
Yeah, I can't either. I loved they were funny. They were like friends. They had funny banter. Of course, Jonesy was also a great addition. I didn't expect the cat to live either. I don't know if you expected the cat to live.
Yeah, that's true. I know the guy who played the xenomorph, Bolaji Badejo or something like that. He's like a Nigerian actor. It was his only acting credit in his entire career because he was nearly 7 feet tall, so that's why they casted him. It's literally the only movie he's ever been in, which is it's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, there's so many interesting things because I remember because I read a lot about how these movies were made just because it's such an interesting process, especially how they like did things when it came to different movies in the series. But originally, I think the xenomorph was actually completely white, and like they even have like there's footage of them using that suit for a while, but I think because they got like, it's gonna sound bad, but they got like the blackest actor they could find. They had to make the Xenomorph black because it just wouldn't have worked. So, yeah, there's a tidbit.
Yeah, the production of this movie, there's a lot behind it.
I mean, I guess we forgot to mention, but yeah, because I remember in Predator, they had they had like a alien design, but then like 2/3 way through the production, they completely changed it last minute to what we have in the movie, and then became like one of those iconic monster designs ever. So,
yeah,
last minute decisions, I guess, work out. So,
it's incredible. It might be my favorite movie monster overall. Love the Xenomorph. It's fantastic.
Especially how they, because like this is something that I actually really like about the sequels. I like how they change the Xenomorph, usually around every movie or so, and how they because I loved how they added in Aliens like the hive aspect, where it was like there was like fighter aliens and there was like drones and then the queen. It made perfect sense, especially with all the eggs in the first movie. It worked so well for me. And even in Alien 3, I like the idea that if it infects different animals, it takes on their traits. I thought the dog alien was the most unique part of that movie.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It is somewhat cool.
Alien Resurrection we don't talk about. And that's about it.
Yeah.
And I did like the stuff in the prequel movies where they kind of showed a gradual evolution to the Xenomorph, but then we never got that. It just got really rushed, and I didn't really care anymore. So, but this movie monster is perfect. I love the design of the one in this movie. We never really see this one again. They kind of change it every movie. I really love I love the skull that you can see through the top of its head. That really made it extra creepy. The second mouth was such a good idea.
Yeah. It's just so it's so well done. It's so creepy, and just the way it's portrayed in the movie as well, from a mental standpoint, is also really well done because it's terrifying. It's creepy, ominous, and just straight up horrifying, all in one. So it's absolutely perfect for what the story is, and it works extremely well with how the story's written. I feel I absolutely love it.
I feel Ellis would have loved to have been alive from gotten to see Alien in '79. You got to see Halloween one year, then Alien, and then The Shining, and then a year or two later you could see The Thing.
Yeah, all of my favorite movies are from the same 5-year span.
Yeah, I just realized that.
It's literally. Hold on, let me look at this. Because if you look at my top 100 list on Letterboxd of my favorite movies, I think literally the entire top. Hold on, where is it? The entire top 5 is from 82, 1980, 79, 78, 78.
Yeah.
And then a lot of my other favorites Jaws 75, Evil Dead 81, Back to the Future 85. From 75 through 85, that 11-year span, almost all my favorite movies.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I loved the facehugger. That's almost more scary than the alien. The chestburster, especially that dinner scene, is excellent. Such a great scene.
That scene was so bad when I first watched this movie when I was younger. I remember
that was a scary scene. That's what was always hyped up for me, was that scene.
Yeah.
And it is terrifying. And pretty much anytime they do that, in the movies, it's pretty horrific. But I don't know, this first time, just especially seeing it for the first time, it affects you. I also loved the engineer. The lore that they subliminally put in this first movie was so intriguing. That's why I initially loved Prometheus, because I loved the fact that it was a prequel, but it explored something we knew nothing about from the first movie, instead of just doing a straight up prequel. But again, this movie's perfect. I don't know. I feel it's one of those movies I wouldn't really change anything about. It's just a really isolated thriller that really works well. Has some very good horror elements, has great.
Yeah, there's nothing that I would want to see differently. I think it's
I love the
honestly
Nostromo.
perfect.
I love the ship design. It's so different and weird. I love like the lore of like the future in this. I love the Wayland Company. One of the like the few things they carry on through like all four movies. Um,
Yeah,
androids, which you would have later put in Blade Runner. I feel like this was a pretty good, uh, unique storyline to have androids in, especially that scene where he's like tweaking out and they like, because like when I first watch this, you don't know he's a like the slow reveal of him being an android. That was also fucking scary as shit. Um, Pretty freaky stuff. And like you said, the editing, the sound, the music, it's all pretty top notch. Uh,
yeah, it's all fantastic.
Especially that like
Yeah.
there's like that 10-minute scene at the end where she's like trying to escape and it's like an emergency mode or whatever and like all like the fog and like she's trying to like shut off the self destruction. The tension in those
Oh
scenes
yeah,
is unreal. Um,
the tension's extremely well handled. It like keeps up throughout the film like consistently with that incredible sound. The visuals get deeply intricate throughout the entire film. Like they get more and more like appealing to the eyes. It's just so cool. It even overall has some really good effects, especially for the time. Like yeah, it's dated now, but like for the late '70s, I mean, it looks fantastic, and it's still terrifying. Like it's still one of the scariest movies I'd say that you could watch. A lot of people like when talking about it, like, oh yeah, it's like a sci-fi movie. Well, yeah, it's definitely sci-fi, but it's 100% horror sci-fi. Like this is a horror movie, like through and through, because it is absolutely terrifying, and I love it for that. It's so well done. Um, it's just like, and as you like grow throughout, it's really similar to The Thing. I think that's why I like both these movies so much. Just like the isolated feel to it is what really brings it home between the ideas and the horror itself. It's just so well done. It's I mean it's just great. Every scene is iconic. At least to me, I remember every scene vividly. Those are the best movies when I could like perfectly remember like every single scene, and it's just so enjoyable. I think it's really cool. Like this xenomorph like feels like its own monster. Like it doesn't feel like an ant in a colony. Like it feels like its own personal monster. Like that's like against like these people because like the way that the film is built up. And I just think that just adds even more to it. There's just a bunch of little things like that. It's just so good.
it's almost like portrayed as like a devil or like a demon creature in the film. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and then of course with later, with what aliens would do with like explaining the alien hierarchy, it doesn't really take away from this movie at all. Um, uh, Also, the no guns aspect, where they pretty much have no way to defend themselves, it just kind of adds to it. Um, and like you said, I can like, I remember pretty much every scene from this movie. Like, I even remember the beginning where they like woke up. I don't know why, but it was so visually appealing.
I know
Um,
that scene where they're all like getting out of like their like sleep chambers or whatever. It's just
like
it's just such a
nowadays, if like that was in a movie, it'd be told to be cut because it doesn't really convey anything. But um, I love the fact that it's just visually engaging, even if it's just literally people waking up or having dinner after they wake up. Um,
Well, everything also feels like it has a purpose. Like that's what's really cool about it. Is that,
and
like
like
they feel
even
like there's a reason for all these things to happen.
the actors play these characters. I feel like they're actual friends and like colleagues, which just kind of speaks to like how well their acting was. Um, oh, that fucking scene where the captain goes in like the vents. Holy shit, that was scary.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Terrifying. Um, and when like it was revealed to be on the escape pod too, Jesus, it has some of the most effective jump scares that are actually good jump scares. Um, they work very well, and I gotta admit though, how they kill the alien at the end, some of the effects like of it like flying into space do look a little bad. From the last time I remember, but I'm not really gonna blame a movie from 1979 for having the most realistic space look. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that does occur, but it never really bothered me too much. I mean, it's somewhat noticeable from what I remember. I haven't watched it for a few months, but um, overall, a lot of the effects and the lighting is really well done because a lot of the ways like they use that to convey certain types of emotions throughout like the fear of the film, but they can
yeah. They
also
even
use that to
have
their advantage if obviously they don't have the most innovative effects at the time and stuff like that. I think that's really well done. Overall,
yeah,
it's just a movie that I love so much. It's always going to be one of my favorites. There's really nothing that I would change about it. I think it's perfect. It's weird to think about how it has such a good sequel too. I definitely don't think it's better. I know most people. It seems like most film fans consider Aliens to be better. Uh, it's fantastic. It's a perfect follow up. Really good movie. It's crazy to think how it was 7 years later. After the first Alien, and Sigourney Weaver returning. Sigourney she was definitely very committed to this franchise, and that's very cool to see.
up until Resurrection.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how much you know about the whole history of the franchise, but I guess when they were in early production of Alien versus Predator, I think they originally asked Sigourney Weaver if she would come back, and she was like, "You're making Alien versus Predator. That's what you're making next," and they were like, "Yes," and she's like, "I'm done." So, uh,
Like no.
not to mention the facts. I think I brought this up before, but there was actually going to be a fifth Alien film before AVP was what it ended up being. That was going to be written by Ridley Scott, but directed by James Cameron, and they canceled that for Alien vs Predator. I can't get over that. So,
It's extremely upsetting.
that's extremely upsetting. I'm so interested in what that was. I'm so interested. And of course, this movie's a masterpiece. It's spoofed to death, even to this day.
It is,
To the
yeah.
point, Ridley Scott came back to the franchise, but he didn't want to do an Alien because he just felt like it was so overdone. Which he's not wrong. I still think effective stories can be told with Alien, but obviously not what they've been doing. I just feel like that, this and Predator, I feel like they're just such a universal, not universal, but like universal creatures that I feel like could just they could be around forever, and I feel like there'd always be some interest and intrigue in what they would do next because they're just I don't know, they just feel so I don't really know what the word is. They just feel so essential and long lasting as a property. In the right hands, of course. But yeah.
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 I mean, I think the best testament to it is that this I would consider to be one of the most important horror films and one of the most important science fiction films ever. And the fact that it could be so influential for both genres is just incredible.
Yeah. I haven't really met anybody that says they dislike this movie. I mean, I've met plenty of people that say Aliens is better. And if you ask me on a certain day, I might agree with you. Because it's just, I think a lot of people underestimated what James Cameron did with both Terminator 2 and Aliens. Was that, like, he keeps it close to that first movie, but he changes just, like, the genre or just, like, the general setup of the plot that makes it, like, completely different but feels so connected. I think James Cameron pretty much just perfected how to make a good sequel. And somehow there's still bad sequels. I don't really know. Just watch Aliens and Terminator 2 and you should be good. So,
Right.
yeah.
Those I'd say are the two most quintessential sequels ever. I mean, The Godfather Part 2 is up there. The Empire Strikes Back is the only one I'd say is better than those two, potentially. But that's like I guess those four I just mentioned is like that's like the Mount
Like this,
Rushmore of sequels.
I know this is a side tangent, but like that introduction scene to the Alien Queen is so good, so good.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's fantastic.
Such an excellent design. It's just so amazing. Um, and then of course there's AVP Requiem. I'm just in the same franchise. So, um, but yeah, I don't really know what else to say. This is pretty much everything that's been said about this movie has been said. Um, a lot of video essays and reviews and discussions about this movie everywhere. I just genuinely, I don't really have any problems with this, and I could honestly say that if there was a good steelbook of this movie, I'd probably own it. So
I do own an awesome steelbook of this movie. It's fantastic. I spent $100 on it. So. It's a great design. That poster with like the egg is just it's so like engraved in my mind, and I've seen it so much, and I just think it's so cool.
yeah, I love that poster, but it doesn't really exactly look like the egg from the movie, and it always kind of confuses me a little bit. But
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will always be one of those movies I traditionally revisit. I have favorite movies that I like to watch, like that I consider some of my favorites. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to watch that for a while. Then I have movies that I like of my favorites that I'll literally watch as many times over and over. This one's kind of in the middle. I would love to watch it anytime. I'm not gonna rush to revisit it, just because it is kind of a lot. It is kind of a daunting watch because it is it's got a lot of different emotions to it, which is a really good thing because it's so well done. And I just think that it's one of those movies that I'm always gonna just absolutely adore. I'd probably say it's my third favorite movie of all time if I had to rank it. It's definitely in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah, probably the same for me. I'd probably give this a 9.5 or a 10. I have virtually no problems with this movie, so, and it's one of the best. It's one of the best horror movies to watch, and then if you're feeling like it has one of the best sequels to follow up. It's an absolute shame that David Fincher didn't get to make his didn't give us 100% Alien 3, because maybe we could have had an amazing third movie. But
yeah, it could have had potentially maybe the best trilogy ever, considering how good David Fincher is. So
you have a 3-film streak of Ridley Scott, James Cameron, and David Fincher, and you wasted at the last stretch.
Yeah.
How do you do that? That's such a perfect roster. That's so good.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
And then they do, what were the guy's name that did the fucking fourth one? Was some like random French director. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then they're like, that guy that guy that did Resident Evil movies, I think he should handle this next.
Yeah, like Janet or something, whatever.
He seemed like a cool guy. I mean, I seen some interviews with him, but he said like he didn't really care for Alien. He just kind of like took the job. And I was like, well, who the fuck hired you?
Yeah, it's like, why?
Why'd you bring Ripley back after 200 years? I want to throw up. That was a side tangent, but
no, but
I could talk ad nauseum, complain and talk and just discuss what they've done in this franchise. It's just there's a lot. Oh wait, did you ever hear what there was an original post-credit scene? Because I don't like talking about this movie much, but the Predator.
Yeah, what about it?
Remember there was like a post-credit scene thing with like that fucking like Predator suit or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to forget it, but did you know what originally the post-credit scene was gonna be?
No, I have no idea. I don't care enough.
Well, it makes me so upset. So I guess there was like gonna be a few. One was like gonna have Dutch come back, which would have sucked. For that to be the one he comes back in, but the other one was the pod or whatever that the Predator suit was in. That was like a gift to Earth or whatever. I guess what it originally was gonna be that was in it. You're never gonna guess. It literally breaks the timeline so much.
What was it?
was gonna be Ripley and Newt.
What?
From Aliens.
What?
Yes, you can look it up. There is concept art released of this. This was actually gonna be. Shane Black wrote that. He wrote this.
What the?
Makes no sense.
That is so stupid.
What would the next movie have been? Makes no sense.
That's literally so dumb.
Yeah. One of my favorite pieces of, what's the word? Fan service was in Predator 2 when they showed the trophy wall and you see an alien skull. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was a really great Easter egg. I remember catching that when I was watching Predator 2, and I was really happy to see that.
So it's probably one of my favorite moments from that entire movie, and that I don't know if that speaks very well about the movie, but
Yeah.
And then they made like a shitty movie about that plot like 20 years later. But what else to say? I will gladly watch this movie with anybody that wants to. Just hit me up for details. I'm willing to pay to get there. Of course, with the help of Ellis here, he'll help pay me to get there.
I never agreed.
He will pay for everything.
No, I won't.
He will buy all the food,
Stop
all the gas. He makes like $20 an hour. It's fine.
No, I don't. Even if I did, that wouldn't make no like pay for an entire like all expenses paid trip.
Well, guess what I found out? Because I guess if I worked for Amazon in Florida, they pay $22 an hour. So just for like if I worked there, hypothetically for like three and a half months for the summer, I'd make like $4,000 just off of 3 months.
Sheesh.
Jesus Christ.
God. Dang, dude, what?
I mean, that's close to Justin, but
Almost.
Justin's like super rich. I'm just kidding. He's probably still broke somehow. Is there anything else to talk about? There was that funny tweet yesterday where I guess it was a little controversial, even though it's completely makes sense if you know anything about John Carpenter. I guess somebody asked him about Halloween. He's like, listen, I made that first movie, and I love that first movie because I made it, but I could give no shits about any of the other ones. Stop asking me.
Yeah, they like asked him about like if they were gonna make more. He was like, I don't know how much money it makes. He was like,
yeah,
and,
he's really funny. He's like,
it's
like, I'm sure I'll make more if it makes some money, you know.
Yeah, he's such a cool. He's like just a cool old man in that way. And
yeah,
like,
I'm confused because
like,
he said he doesn't care.
Like,
he doesn't care about the sequels,
yeah.
but then I guess he's really proud of Halloween Ends. So I don't know.
Yeah, people were like kind of hating on him for it, and I think Dead Meat put it best. He was like, this guy had incredible output in the '80s, and like he didn't really get much financial success. The critics panned it for years until they eventually like just started to talk about how great his movies were. And now he's in his old age, having made some of the best art in cinema, so he can get all the money he wants. Like he has the right to that. Like honestly.
Yeah, that is true. He kind of got a weird hand in his early career.
Yeah, he really did.
It was confusing because I thought he like approved and liked these newer ones. So he could, but he might have saw Halloween Ends and changed his mind. I mean, Halloween Kills and changed his mind. So,
yeah, that's true.
Arguably, I guess it's also the 15th year anniversary of Rob Zombie's Halloween or something. Not that I care, but it was like I didn't realize that was like 15 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah, I remember like it released on like Labor Day weekend, and like until like some movie came out last year and it like broke the record for opening weekend on Labor Day weekend from like Rob Zombie's Halloween. I was like, it's
yeah, there was that weird period where they released like I think it was from like H2O to like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 where like they released them in like September and August. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? It's in the name when to release it.
Literally called Halloween.
Fuck it. August 23rd.
the new Halloween film, Halloween
Well,
Begins, releasing
I'm pretty
this June.
sure Halloween 6 was released in like June or something.
What? Why? It's literally called Halloween.
It was released on September 29th. It has a 9% Rotten Tomatoes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think Halloween Resurrection was released on like August 12th.
Let's see.
It was released on July 12th.
H2O was August 5th.
Resurrection was July 12th.
July?
In the middle of July. Let's go see an October-themed film.
Friday the 13th was released on May 9th, and not even a 13th.
Why?
It's just weird to me. Why is that? I like how the original Halloween was October 25th, and then Halloween 2 was October 30th. So
I think yeah, Halloween 2 is like the actual closest Halloween like ever.
yeah, it's literally the day before. For us, it'd be Beggar's Night.
Like I know they like releasing films on Friday or whatever, so like that doesn't like fall on Halloween every year, but I feel like no matter what day of the week, you should just release it on Halloween. It'll make money.
Oh yeah, they do like Christmas Day releases, even no matter what day Christmas is on for some movies. So like,
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was released on August 28th. What?
why?
At least these newer ones have actually came out like close-ish.
Yeah, these new ones have been like mid-October, which at least that's like Halloween season for sure. So
Yeah, it's all around the same days too. It's a little weird. Yeah, like Kills came out October 15th, and then Ends comes out like October 14th. So it's like exactly one day from a year.
yeah.
Also, when you look up Halloween Returns, it shows up Halloween 2018, even though that's not the title. I don't know what. They should just change it to that, honestly.
Yeah.
It sounds so much better to say.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But yeah, I mean, our next few weeks, we'll for sure be discussing Rick and Morty, at least every other week or so. I don't know. Is it is it one episode a week? I think that's what they're doing again. So
yeah,
I'm hoping they don't do the stupid thing where there's like delay the last two episodes by a month.
Yeah.
I think originally well, 2 summers ago now, when season 5 was coming out, that was a while ago. Wait, or was it last year? It was last year.
It was last year, yeah.
Yeah, because the schedule was coming out. It would have like finished, I think, like the week before I left, so it would have been like perfect. But then like I found out that like delayed like a month, and I was like, what?
So dumb.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes, and then I don't know. Maybe we'll just like cover like an older movie or like some movie that either one of us wants the other to see, and just do some.
We could definitely do that. Start discussing some things. I don't really know what September is big for in the movie world. Obviously, October we can cover more horror movies and stuff. I don't know about September.
Yeah, I am excited for that. I think October will be pretty fun. I don't know what else coming out besides Black Adam and Halloween Ends. We'll definitely be covering both of those.
Wait, have you seen any of the Hellraiser movies?
I have not. I know most of what happens to them because I've watched like reviews on them, but I've not actually sat down and watched one. We could probably do one like a week before the new one, and maybe watch the new one. So
I was gonna say, yeah, the original like 2 Hellraisers are both worth it, I'd say, and even the third one just like for fun.
After that,
not the following 7.
Like 4 through like 10, you can pat.
Yeah.
Also, we forgot to mention this. I guess Saw 10 is like officially happening.
What?
Saw 10's like officially happening, and I guess the director of Saw 6 and 7 is coming back.
Oh yeah, Kevin Gruder is coming back. I think is that the right one?
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I think.
But I guess apparently it's not connected to Spiral at all.
Yeah, no, it's another.
It's prequel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it's like another John Kramer, which sounds so stupid, but
So I guess we'll see what's up with that. It's set to release like late next year, isn't it? So
Yeah,
2024.
that's what I was telling Allie. I was like, yeah, next year we can see Saw 10 and then also see Fast 10. It'll be perfect.
Yay. That's awesome.
What will be better?
Hellraiser 11. Wait, that's this year.
Yeah, it's so weird. There's been like no press about that movie, and then like randomly last week, I was like, oh yeah, it's coming out like October 4th.
Yeah, it was
No
like, here's a teaser.
No trailer, just the
trailer.
title. Just the title.
Yeah.
Because I think they're doing another like movie under a different studio, or something. I don't know. I guess The Nun 2 is also happening for some reason. So.
Oh yay!
The Conjuring universe
so
is alive and well.
The Curse of La Llorona 2.
I don't know if you've been keeping up though, because I guess Insidious 5's coming out next year, but it actually sounds very interesting.
I don't think that's possible.
Because Patrick Wilson is directing it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and it's about, like, it's a sequel to the first two, and it's about the family, like, 10 years later, and it's about, like, the kid going to college. So it's like a college set horror movie about, like, characters I actually care about.
What? Wait, hold on. Patrick Wilson's directorial debut is going to be Insidious Chapter 5?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Who knows?
I'm at least, like, interested. I don't know. We'll see. Then, of course, we'll be discussing Halloween Begins, which will be released in 2 years.
From today. Yeah. I guess. I'll probably end up watching it anyways, since I watch a lot of movies. The Invitation, by the way, came out. It's not good. Just saying.
I remember the trailer. It looked terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why my mom chose to go see The Invitation, so that's what we went to see. And
your mother and her film choices are questionable, to say the least.
Did you read my review?
Of what?
Of The Invitation.
I think, yeah, I did. I don't remember the whole thing, but it was funny.
Ready or Not with vampires. Reverse Get Out with vampires. Better version of Morbius. Take your pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, Orphan First Kill is not as good as the first Orphan, but that's not really a surprise. It's just the thing that happens. So,
yeah, people were saying it was not too bad actually for like whatever the fuck that was, like 20 years after the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like a prequel with the same actor. What? Does that at least work?
Yeah. Much better than you expect, actually. Yeah, and it's like practical how they did it too, so it's kind of impressive.
Also, did we bring this up last week? How they're like putting? Oh, we didn't. Halloween Ends is going straight to Peacock, which is just so annoying.
Yeah, it's also gonna have a Peacock release, so that's great.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because nobody has Peacock.
I mean, I have Peacock, but
have you heard of the plot leak of Halloween Ends?
I only have Peacock for WWE Network. What?
Have you heard of the plot leak for Halloween Ends? That's like apparently what it actually is about.
No, I don't know how these plot leaks always happen. I never paid attention to them.
I mean, I'm not against talking about them, but that's only if you don't care.
I mean, I don't care. You can if you want to talk about it, I'm down.
There's only one thing I'm curious of asking you. Do you think it's really a good idea to have a copycat killer that just dresses up as Michael in the movie?
That sounds horrible.
Apparently that's like a big part of this movie.
What? That doesn't sound...
And Laurie fights him.
Yes, I guess it could work.
And that's why David Gordon Green said like a year ago that he had John Carpenter reread it and make sure it didn't sound too much like Christine.
Okay.
Which is a little concerning. But you know,
okay.
I guess there's something that I guess Laurie fights this like copycat and then realizes it isn't Michael, but then Michael comes out, takes his stuff back, and then he fights Laurie. That's like the
Laurie
third.
Strode?
Yeah, that's like the third act.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. That I don't know. There's not much promise attached to this movie anyway. Honestly, as much as I wish there was, but
Yeah,
I
it's so
guess we
weird. Like I'm
shall see.
excited, but it just feels like I don't know exactly what the plot is anymore. So
I don't know.
yeah, the
It's
marketing,
gonna
the
happen.
marketing. I think we can both agree the marketing for Kills was like my peak excitement for this trilogy. So
Oh yeah, we were both so excited. I remember that era. So
yeah, but again, I'm gonna see. Halloween Ends is probably the next big release. I guess I'm gonna be seeing that opening night as soon as tickets are available, of course. So.
yeah, we'll have to try to arrange similar since we can't see it together. Just similar like time frames so we can talk about it after.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I know it'll be even if the movie is bad, it'll be a great time talking about it.
Yeah, that's for sure. We'll probably agree as well. So since we're both
And
such big
also
fans,
when I
so.
found out some of the soundtrack got leaked, I'm so excited to hear another soundtrack. So
No, it's just that's gonna probably my most anticipated part. I'm not gonna lie.
me neither.
So
It's me either. I'm gonna be listening to it for a while. Um, but yeah, uh, I think that's about all this week. I've been going for over an hour. So,
yeah.
but of course, I recommend Alien wholeheartedly. Go, please watch it. It's on
Yep.
Hulu. It's on Hulu. You have no excuse.
I would give Alien, the original Alien, I would give a 10 out of 10. And just for the record, I'd give Aliens 1986 a 9 out of 10. Very high 9. So yeah, one of my favorite movies ever. Really happy we talked about it. And I mean, we'll see if we can. I'm not sure what will happen next week. I guess we'll maybe get something figured out. I don't know. Rick and Morty. I don't know what like if it's gonna go to Amazon Prime or not because I can't really watch it off Adult Swim. So we'll just have to see.
Why can't you watch it off Adult Swim?
Because I don't have cable. So.
Well, can't you get the app? It goes straight to the app,
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Oh yeah, but you need the cable login to use the app.
Well, I know Amazon Prime. You can either buy the season in like advance, or you can like buy it by episode, which is like $2 or $3. So
Yeah. So I'll probably end up watching it either way because I want to stay caught up. So we'll see.
yeah, I wish it would like went to some streaming platform like immediately, like Hulu or something, but I guess not.
Yeah, it does. It goes like to Hulu and HBO Max like 6 months after the season ends or something. It's weird.
Yeah, why is it on both?
I don't know. It's on both, and
Who
it's
owns
also
it?
it's.
Who owns Adult Swim? Isn't it
Honestly, I
Fox?
have no idea. That's actually a good question because it's on. It's a part of Cartoon Network, but like it's also like its own thing. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
American
that's
Adult Learning.
10 weeks of Rick and Morty. If this season is not good, I might give up, but we'll see.
It's owned by Warner Brothers.
Hulu's weird because Hulu has like everything. Because Hulu has Prey, which is like a Disney, but then they have like American Dad. So
Which is yeah. So I don't. Well, American Dad's through now through TBS, which I don't know what. I don't know. It's all confusing.
wait,
But
doesn't yeah? Because
what?
Disney owns The Simpsons. Is The Simpsons owned by the
The
same?
Simpsons. I think. Well,
That's
no.
TBS, isn't
See,
it?
the Simpsons is on Fox
Oh yeah, never mind.
because Disney has 20th Century Fox. So Disney Plus has The Simpsons, but Family Guy, which is also 20th Century Fox, is on Hulu.
I think Disney just puts their like adult stuff on Hulu. So
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because they're under the same umbrella because you can get that bundle where you can get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus all in the same like subscription. So like you can get all three of them.
yeah,
So it's like I don't know any of that stuff works. There's a lot of corporation stuff going on with that. But yeah, I love Alien and yeah.
yeah, same.
HBO Max is great because of South Park. So that's that.
Except they don't have the new stuff anymore, which just annoys me.
So dumb.
Because then Paramount Plus just has like 4 specials. That's it. They don't have like the whole show either. So it's just like I can't just have it all.
It's so dumb.
Because then the movie's just on one of them, I think. Is it on HBO?
The South Park movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is on HBO Max, I think. I'm pretty sure it is.
I need to rewatch that. It was honestly a really good movie.
Oh, it's so good, dude. I love that movie.
But yeah, I'll probably see you guys next week.
Yeah. Stay frosty. Have a good night, day, evening. Be sure to subscribe. Leave a like and comment your thoughts if you enjoyed, which I don't know why you wouldn't have. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.